part two of this video. I was doing this video yesterday. My YouTube cut out. I don't know what the hell happened. YouTube stopped working. But I want to finish my comments on these comments to my page. Got a really great follower or subscriber on YouTube here, and he just always leaves me the best comments and very experienced. The guy's had a number of Akitas. He's had Chow Chows. He's seen a lot of them fight. I believe, he's witnessed some carnage. And so, I'll just read you a little bit of some of his comments real quick because, well, actually I won't read you the comments because my computer's at the office, but he basically just talks about how you can't trust an Akita off leash. Taking an Akita to a dog park is like playing Russian roulette. You can't break up an Akita. I had a client who was told, oh, if your Akita gets in a fight, just grab its back legs and pull it away from the other dog. And that's really not... Yes, this is an Akita mix. That's why his ears are floppy. Okay, people, calm down. This is 3/4 Akita. Okay? Calm down, folks. So I just want to respond to the comments. And, I get comments all the time. People saying, hey, my dog's not that crazy. I have an Akita. It's great. It's the sweetest dog ever. People actually get really angry at me and some of the other Akita advocates that I've befriended recently through the internet at just stating the facts. People feel like, oh, these guys are, they're wrong. They're painting this breed to be a really gnarly, dangerous breed. And it's like, they are. They're a really fucking gnarly, dangerous breed. They're a dog that, at least for me, every day we go out, I have to tell my dogs, don't bite that dog. Don't attack that person. Don't bite that person. Don't worry about the guy coming over to the car. Don't worry about the guy who just walked into the office. And so I just want to talk real briefly about, I do 100% agree with all of his comments about the only way to break up an Akita fight is with a huge stick or a baseball bat or a chair, that a grown man cannot take on an Akita, that if you break up a dog fight with an Akita, you are likely to get bit, because the other dog's probably, if the fight's lasted more than 5 seconds, the other dog is probably terrified that it's going to get killed. So, there's a Jurassic Park truck. I want to clarify because on the one hand, I totally agree with everything that this guy is saying. On the other hand, there are exceptions, okay? So there are exceptions. There are exceptional Akitas. I met one time that had his testicles, and the guy had him off leash around other dogs, and he had him off leash around other dogs for a lot of his lifetime. But at the same time, the owner did put the dog away. Okay, go on, get in. When other dogs, go on, get in, started antagonizing or pushing his Akita, he was responsible and he would leash his dog. But I want to say, here's the thing, okay? There are exceptions, okay? There are exceptions. I myself have 3 Akita mixes. We go on hikes. We encounter the crazy charging dogs off leash. We encounter pushy bully breed dogs. We encounter dogs that bite my dogs. And we're able to get through these situations safely and effectively. But at the same point in time, I am not a normal owner. I'm not a typical dog owner. A typical dog owner doesn't always expect the worst. A typical dog owner isn't always prepared that its dog is going to bite a person in the face or shred somebody's dog or shred somebody's child. A typical dog owner kind of has this idea of, oh, everything is fine. I have a good dog. They won't ever do anything wrong. I'm not a typical dog owner. My philosophy is we must always watch our dog. We must always be careful. We must always be paying attention and making sure our dog isn't getting confused, isn't getting aggressive or assertive. We just need to be aware of that at all times. And most people, they don't have that mentality. Most people have kind of a laissez-faire, attitude when it comes to owning a dog. It's kind of like, well, the dog will be fine. And if the dog does anything wrong, well, it's the dog's fault because the dog is aggressive or the dog is dangerous. And I think, it seems crazy we do these videos. Why they talk about how bad they are? It's because we care about the damn breed. And we're tired of people getting these fucking Akitas because some idiot told them, oh, I have an Akita. It loves everybody. It's the sweetest dog in the world. It goes to dog daycare. That's not typical. Now, yes, there are Akitas from very responsible breeders who are breeding the dogs with a more docile temperament. There are Akitas who, unlike mine, didn't spend the first 8 weeks in a van with a dad Akita flipping out and trying to attack anybody that even walked towards the van. Yes, there are those dogs that from a very, very young age are socialized extremely well, and they're taken around so many dogs that they have that social understanding of other dogs. I mean, I have a video on my channel of a 175-pound Akita that has never done a damn thing wrong in his life. But it's not the first Akita that his owner has had. She's had 3. So she did a tremendous amount of proactive socialization. So don't think, hey, my Akita is never going to do anything wrong. Realize, you know, you are going to have to do and be committed to doing a tremendous amount of socialization, a tremendous amount of research and understanding about dog communication and canine communication, and what do these dogs really need to feel safe, and how do we let our dog know that we're in the driver's seat and they don't need to be attacking things. How do we make our dog feel safe in this incredibly terrifying, confusing world? You know, the dogs weren't designed to meet 1,000 people in their lifetime. They grew up in these dogs were raised in a small village in Japan. They weren't raised in Tokyo. The breed comes from a remote village. So when we take these dogs and we put them in these situations and they're in over their head, yeah, they end up making mistakes and people end up getting bit and dogs end up getting murdered. And yeah, people want to blame the dog breed. So I just want to say I do 100% agree with RF's comments that these are extremely dangerous dogs, quite possibly one of the most dangerous dogs you could ever own, one of the most powerful dogs you could ever own. I've never seen a dog in my entire life that if the male that we used to breed, if I set him up against that dog, I've never met a dog in my whole life I don't think he would kill. And I'm not saying that from some ego trip. I'm not saying that from some arrogance of, oh, this dog is crazy. It's not even my dog. It belongs to a good friend of mine now. But I'm just saying this to state the facts. When they go bad, they go really bad. When they do damage, they do a lot of damage. When they're in kill zone, when they're in red zone, they are in an intense red zone that you just can't even comprehend until you've seen it happen. A lot of times what happens with these dogs, people wait and wait and wait and wait and, oh, it's going to be fine, it's going to be fine, it's going to be fine. And then one day, it's not fine. But even here, here's my one female. Come on, Kai. I'm not even going to let this female, Akita, in the car without a muzzle on, without me actually in the car. I'm not going to let her jump in while her mom's sitting there when this one doesn't have a muzzle on. No way. So owning 2 females means most likely, unless they were raised as puppies together, most likely one of them's going to have to be muzzled all the time or restrained or kept in a more submissive state of mind. So that's how we deal with Kai. That's how we have these 2 dogs that they don't like each other. They will fight and they will fight to the death. And, you know, but I do have to say that don't think, oh man, you know, Eric's and this guy, these people are just crazy. They're telling these crazy stories about the Akitas and mine's not like that. It's like, dude, ask around. Do some research. Talk to people that have fucking bred these dogs. Talk to the people who work at the rescue organizations and aren't crazy. I mean, there are some people at rescue organization and it drives me fucking crazy that they have pictures of their Akitas on the website and it's like, oh, I just love hugs. I mean, that's how they sell these dogs to people. It should be, they should sell the Akita to somebody. If someone breaks into your house, I will kill them for you. It should be in the Instagram ad, you know, does not play well with others. It shouldn't be, oh, look at how cute they are. Look at how fluffy they are. Look at how sweet they are. Oh, look at her. She's happy. It's like, no, they should be like, the ad should be, do you want a gnarly dog? Do you want a dog that could potentially kill somebody's dog? Yeah, here's the dog for you. It's called an Akita. So a lot of what happens is people are kind of selling these dogs to people under this kind of assumption that they're not really dangerous, they're not really crazy, and that's just not true. So There are those nice dogs. You can do a tremendous amount of socialization from the very earliest age. But I would just say with an Akita, there's no fucking guarantees. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get across to people here. There's no fucking guarantee. I don't care what kind of dog trainer you are. I don't care how much socialization you do with an Akita. There is a chance that it's just not going to like other dogs. There is a chance that it's just not going to like strangers touching it. That's a chance. It's more likely that that is what's going to happen. You know, somebody saying, well, I'm going to get an Akita and it's going to be different. I'm going to socialize him all the time and he's going to love everybody and I'm going to show these guys on YouTube that they're wrong. Most likely you're going to fail because you're neglecting to realize just at the core of what these dogs are. What I've seen is most of the people who have these dogs and successfully manage risks over the years, they accept who the dogs are. You know, I have had this dog who hates people, does not like being touched by strangers, totally bite a person. Like this dog right here doesn't have a problem biting a person. If she has to, she will bite someone. But I've been able to not have her do that because I realize who she is, I respect who she is, and I set her up for failure. I mean, for success. You know, when we go out, everything is always structured. All the interactions with other dogs are structured. You know, I do hear what RF says about you can never have an Akita off leash at a dog park. And I would say most likely that's true. You know, most people aren't me. Most people don't spend their whole life and haven't devoted their life to training and working with really dangerous dogs. Most people are lazy and they just want a dog that's easy to deal with, not going to shit on the floor, and is going to be able to get pet by everybody and meet every single dog. And I think one thing RF really points to, which I got to give him a lot of credit, this doesn't mean we don't love these dogs. We love this breed. I will always have some or Chow Chow mix as long as I have a sort of a Chow Chow. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to get across to people is we love this dog despite how dangerous they are, despite how aggressive they can be. We still love the dog. Like, we love the dog for who it is. Okay, like I don't love an Akita because I think it's a black lab. In fact, I would never own a black lab. I like a dog that has that spirit that they bred these dogs to have, this raw spirit, this nature that could handle fucking dealing with stuff. Just, you know, you put, like, there's been cases of people just finding feral Akitas wandering out in the mountains of Colorado. Actually, I talked to a guy, he had 3 of them. It was a mom and her pups, and they broke free, and they just lived in the woods in Colorado together. They didn't need any people, and they didn't need... The pups had never been pet by anybody in their entire life, and they're actually still in a rescue organization for that reason. But what I want to get across to people is you got to love these dogs for who they are. Once you accept who they are, then you can work with them to try to help them be the best that they can be. But to get this dog and to expect it to be the best it's going to be without you doing so much work and just accepting the reality of who the dog actually is. Yeah, I don't care how much I socialize Taya. She'd never be a dog that would go to a dog daycare and like it. She might go there and not attack a dog, but she's never going to be a dog goes to a dog daycare and is just like, man, I love this dog daycare. This is so awesome. No fucking way. It's not who she's going to be. So we have to accept these dogs for who they are. And we have to realize owning a dog like this means a very responsible lifestyle. And even if your Akita has never done anything wrong and is the most angelic dog in the world, I don't care if you own a black lab that's never done anything and is the most mellow dog in the world. You should know a friend, his black lab jumped up, bit a little kid in the face and got put to sleep because, you know, they let the dog rush the door every day and they let the dog be in charge of greeting people. And yeah, the dog decided, I don't know, this is the little kid on rollerblades, I'm gonna bite him. And it bit the kid in the face and they killed their black lab. So we have such a crazy culture of blaming these dogs for such a catch-22. The dogs are angels, they never do anything wrong, but when they do something wrong, we must blame them for it and we must kill them. That's where I'm coming from when I do these videos, is this crazy fucked up mentality of like a dog should be able, people should be able to do whatever they want to the dog. Another dog should be able to do whatever they want to the dog. And if the dog just acts like a dog and bites, if a dog just acts like a dog and says, hey, I don't want you to dominate me, I don't want you to hump me, I don't trust you, I don't want an 80-pound pit bull up in my fucking snatch or look in my balls, no, I'm gonna bite that dog. We say, that dog is bad, kill the dog. But the reality is, we have truly forgotten what the nature of a dog is. So I love these comments from RF. Not only do they crack me up, but they remind me that, not everybody can handle owning a powerful dog and be responsible and be able to take that dog everywhere and be able to have an enjoyable life with it. No, a lot of people, they will fail. Here's the park on a Saturday. They will fail. So, before anybody, are you gonna cross? Thanks. So, you guys are funny. So before anybody says anything, just realize, like, I love this breed, I love these dogs, and I'm coming from a place, oh my god, I love Santa Barbara too. We got hogger bikinis down here at the fucking Mission. It's a beautiful fucking day, folks. It's a beautiful day. Look at this. Beautiful day. Beautiful women, beautiful weather. Gotta love Santa Barbara. So, don't take what I say the wrong way. Don't take RF's comments the wrong way. Don't get all defensive. Realize, like, this guy is talking from his honest experience. Like, this guy RF, he's not just making this shit up off the top of his head. He's had the dogs fight. He's tried to break up the fights between them. He's seen them attack dogs. He knows, like I do, how bad it can get. And I'm sorry, but a lot of these people, they've never even seen a dog fight. They've never seen an Akita go off on another dog. And until you've seen that, it's like, until you've seen a tiger in the Serengeti jungle or a lion, take down a gazelle, you can't comprehend, the fierceness of a wild animal. You can't comprehend how quickly and flawlessly they can kill an animal until you've seen it. So that's just it, folks. Don't take it personally. Akitas are the most dangerous, aggressive dog in the entire fucking world. And don't get one unless you are aware that that's a possibility. And don't get one unless you realize that that is, at the core, most likely what their nature is aggressive and dangerous and not friendly towards strangers and strange animals and not good with a weak owner. I mean, this lady the other day, her Akita has to be walked with a muzzle. It attacked the neighbor and attacked the neighbor's dog, and she's telling me, but he's so cute. He's just so sweet. He's so cute. He's so sweet. Look at him. He's all fluffy. That's why your dog is trying to kill everything, because you are failing to acknowledge he's not a cute little fluffy baby. He's a bear hunting dog from Japan that was bred to fucking kill things. So, just stop it. But I love you all dearly. I appreciate the support. And I'm always happy to connect with Akita owners. You ever want to Skype or something, I'm always happy to talk, because can be a very isolating experience when you own a dog like this. Very few people can relate, and they will tell you your dog is bad, your dog needs to be killed, your dog is completely psychopathic. And the reality is, just like Kai, no, it's an owner that doesn't respect who this dog is and is continuously putting the dog in way over their head into situations that they can't handle. And when the dog fails, they blame the dog. And, if I truly wanted to be the most responsible Akita owner, no, my dogs wouldn't ever go off leash and ever be around another dog. But where I live in Santa Barbara, with as many dogs as there are free roaming, and what I do for a living, and my skill level, and the relationship I have with the dogs, and the amount of time and energy I've invested in training, no, I can take my dogs out, and I can have them around other dogs off leash, and I don't worry about them killing somebody's dog. But that's not typical. I'm not a typical dog owner. I have devoted my life to this breed. I've devoted my life to rescuing and rehabilitating a fucking dog like this that nobody fucking wants, that will fucking bite anyone, that everybody tells you should kill that dog. That dog is psychopathic. It's insane. So I love you guys dearly. Always appreciate the views. Always even more appreciate the comments and subscriptions. that's what keeps me going. And you know, the more people subscribe and comment, the more I'm going to keep rescuing, rehabilitating dogs and showing people in real life how it's done. No bullshit, no sugarcoating, just reality. Because I'm just tired, you know, the sugarcoating is just getting all these dogs killed. And yeah, it makes people feel better, but you know, it's also sets a lot of people up for failure, and they end up having to euthanize their good dogs. So that's just it, folks. Enjoy your life. And if you're having a shitty day, I'm sorry. That sucks. It really does.